Happy Hump Day and welcome to Wayne's World Garage. We had 3.5 inches of rain last night. That's a lot of rain. And they said 80-mile-an-hour winds on the Bay Bridge, Chesapeake Bay Bridge. At our house, we only saw 36-mile-an-hour winds, but lots of branches fell down. I'm sure next time we go into the woods, we'll have lots of trees to take out because more trees come down, especially when it's soggy like that. So that's the story, I'm sticking with it. What do we got going on here today at the sawmill? So we're looking at the dust collection system. Long time ago, this guy told me, Pete, one of our members, for every 5 logs you bring, Wayne, you make 1 log of sawdust. That's because the kerf on a saw blade is like 5/16 of an inch. So it kind of makes sense. You take 5 logs, you make 1 into sawdust. That's assuming you're cutting about 1-inch logs or 1-inch boards or something like that. Works okay. The point is, we get a lot of sawdust. And how do we get rid of the sawdust? There's lots of different ways of getting rid of the sawdust, but we use this elevator here, and check this thing out. It's got a motor, it's got some pulleys. It's heavy. I did not realize how heavy this silly thing was. It's 24 foot long. We might just replace it. It's kind of worn. It's got some issues. For instance, if you look under a couple of these things, you'll see that the stainless steel down here is worn out. What I didn't realize is this thing's flipping heavy. Alan and I tried to move it yesterday a couple times, and we did move it, but it weighs 100 and some odd pounds. And what we have done, they've been supporting it right here. And of course, that's not a good idea because it ends up being cockeyed and stuff like that. Additionally, where it was located was not where most of the sawdust was coming down. And Alan very smartly pointed out that, what the heck, guys, most of the sawdust is missing it. So we dug it out a little bit yesterday, which is kind of interesting because most of the sawdust goes down here underneath the saw blade. So what we're kind of thinking of doing is framing it out under here, putting some wood under here so we can slide this thing in and out fairly easily. I'm not sure that's an easy thing to do. Additionally, we're going to fix this little thing here because this has some metal underneath here, an access port, blah, blah, blah. So we'll fix that and make it a little bit better. At least that's a theory anyway. I think this thing will work just fine. I kind of, just for support, I'm thinking about putting some lumber under here and bracing this thing up just to make it a little bit stronger. I don't know if that would help or not. Additionally, I think Alan suggested it. Normally this thing sits on here, so I need to get a roller or make a roller and put a roller on here so we can slide it back and forth, if that makes sense. So that's the story. If anybody's got one of these, by the way, are designed for moving corn. Corn, yes, corn, not the colonels or the sergeants or the captains or the generals. The whole ears of corn. And I think you're supposed to dump them out and they put them in a corn bin. That's what they were designed for. And it, works pretty well for sawdust, really. Let me get power bonded to this facility because apparently we lost power last night. Maybe we're still without power, I don't know. Good thing we have a chainsaw. I've got 2 pieces, and I've got, I think, a bunch of carriage bolts. Where do you think?
Yeah, I think. Really? Well, we're going to have this piece we got to put on, so. No, this piece that goes on these bolts.
Well, we don't have to put that on.
I see a seam.
Yeah, oh, a seam. I thought I saw a crack.
Oh, no, here's a crack, yeah.
Yeah.
Here's a crack
So
right
I'm trying to reinforce this guy. Partly to reinforce this. This thing went like this, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So it had to go like this. So it's partly to reinforce this thing, is what my thought is. And I guess, yeah, just to reinforce it with something stronger and some wood. It's easy to do. That's all I'm thinking. Is it Alan, if it's a dumb idea, say it's a waste of my time.
Well, I'm wondering if it's really needed.
Okay.
That's what I'm wondering.
Yeah,
So
no,
if we're going to have this piece resting somewhere back here.
Well, that piece will be resting. That's a good point.
Let's see. Let's just.
That piece is going to be resting several feet forward.
Let's measure with.
Yeah, I got a ruler right here.
Roughly 4 foot.
So we're going to slide it in 4 foot, roughly. Alan's a total animal here, shoveling and raking 20 years of accumulated sawdust out. You can't put this elevator back in place with all that sawdust there. Can you hold it or not?
I know. Oh, well. See, this doesn't move if I can lift it. Oh,
Yeah, it moves.
Sure
Put it through the hole. There you go.
Ooh,
Should I tap tap a little bit? I'm gonna. Do this. Let me take this. Yeah, just wobble it out. I mean, you don't need to take it out yet. Yeah, I'm just gonna wobble it. So I'm not a. So it may not be clear, but without all the babbling and cackling and discussion and voting, because this is a democracy, what we've kind of decided to do is put a little box around the bottom of this thing. And you can see what we're intending to do is put a board across some of the beams down bottom so this can rest on a board. So we're building a box for it now, securing that into place. It'll work out pretty well. Hilariously, though, with these strong winds, it's 30 miles an hour, and this thing's like a sailboat. It's blowing away. We started with this thing perfectly upright, and look at it. It's twisted like 80 degrees. And straightening it back out is a little bit easier said than done because it's so flipping heavy and the wind's blowing. But thanks to Matt, Alan, and my measly attempts, we got the thing straightened out and back on track. Let's keep trying to spin a little bit more. Wow. How's that? Is it gonna? Oh, I like that. What'd you do? Perfect.
Yeah, I was stuck on.
Yeah.
Strap and strap.
Oh, you know what we could do?
You put a block under there so it takes the pressure off.
Exactly. So let's do this. Let me get a block. Actually,
Here's
there's
a block.
There's a block right on that toolbox, Alan, a 4x4.
Yeah.
Good idea, Matt. No wonder you're here today.
I read your mind.
Yes, you can go home now.
Well, I was worried about staying warm today. How about
Lift.
Yeah. I got one on. You could probably sit down again.
Sit down.
Holy shit. Stop. Okay, lift it up. Lift it up. It's not going to work. Hang on to it. I'm cutting a lot of the video out of us babbling and cackling and figuring out what to do here and struggling with this thing. It keeps blowing in the wind. Look at these ratchet straps. When the wind starts blowing, they're going like at 90 degrees to it's crazy. So we've successfully boxed out the back of this thing. You can see to the left of where Matt is. Matt's the guy in the green jacket turning those wrenches. Okay, we've got a piece of wood there. It's kind of hard to see. But we've got that wood there. We put wood in the bottom of it so it can rest on a horizontal beam, which I've ordered some rollers for, so we can put rollers on this thing to roll it out for when we want to clean it. One more, get you more.
So can you get the square on it now that he's got one screw in?
Yeah, I have it square.
Okay.
He said it's perfect. Thought about that, but you know what I mean, man.
You gonna roll it?
I guess we should, yeah.
Well,
At least make it easier to read.
I can screw it
Yeah,
there.
yeah. You can do it first. I can do it.
Yeah.
You want to drill the other one at the same time, then I'll give you 2 screws. And I brought extra of those this time because I haven't in the past.
Good.
All right. We can put a little bit of stuff back. This a little bit.
We want all four, right?
Yeah, I think so. Why not, right? Oh, I know.
Hold up.
So you can see what we've done here. We've boxed this thing out, and now Alan is screwing some boards on it horizontally 90 degrees so it can rest on this, and that'll keep it out of the dust a little bit. So this is kind of interesting. What's happened over the years is the off-feed end of it, not this end, but the part that goes into the wagon, has raised up higher and higher and higher. As it gets raised up higher, you can't push it underneath the saw as much as it was previously. So what you really have to do is end up lowering it down. And if you lower it down, then you can push the collection end of this, where those big wings are, underneath the saw being the saw blade, the 56-inch blade. The way we've got it set up now is, you'll see, possibly, not very good photography, is that this thing is pushed under far enough, probably where it was originally. But to do this, you have to dig out beneath the grade. And you can just see where we just pushed it in. And that's just about perfect. Now what Alan's going to do is we're going to put this board in under there to secure it. What I did today or yesterday is I ordered some rollers so we can put rollers on this thing so we can easily move this thing back and forth and pull it out when we have to clean out from in there. Maybe when we get done sawing every day, what we ought to do is blow the sawdust out of this hole, and that way we're in better shape.
Torques. Can I get the torques for you?
Move it into position? Yep.
Oh, easy.
Do we need to dig a little? Very good.
I don't know.
Good. Like that. And then we'll lift it up a little.
Great. I think that's probably it.
All right, now. We could put it here, but it's not going to be easy to get out. This wing is.
You'd have to unscrew that board to get it
Screw the
out.
board
Might-
to get it out.
Well, maybe not. Maybe not.
But you know what though?
We have to bend these wings down.
So you know
to
what
pull
though?
it
You suggested roller, like for back
out.
there.
Yeah.
What if we put a roller here and here?
Or, yeah, two rollers.
Two
yeah,
rollers.
definitely.
We just have to do it differently. Because part of this project is like this board here. We need a bunch of boards here to make this thing, you know.
No, but I think the geometry kind of messes up because of the inclined plane.
So these are
as it
designed.
moves, it's
These are
gonna-
designed to be secured here and up where the wagon is, not in the middle where it has a big bend. All right, here's a screw. Don't say I didn't give you
All right. So is it okay where it is?
a. Yeah. Well, I don't know about level, but
Yeah,
and that's the level, man.
I don't think level is critical.
Well, it's not. It's like Gold Rush. You ever watch Gold Rush? And then our trauma will not collect the gold evenly in the sluice boxes.
Well,
And it riffles. I watch this. It's actually kind of funny watching some of that stuff.
I usually
You
like
want
it.
to do want to level the other side? Matt, you got to put the screw on the other side. Here's a level. I'll give you the smart thing here. I'll lift it up for you, Matt. Alan did a marvelous job digging out, and if you look at this, here's how this is. I have to imagine how it was done originally. Look at that. It's a big piece of metal, sheet metal, will capture all the sawdust. This will be phenomenal. But what happens after 20 years, sawdust builds up behind it. you pull it out and you put it back and it doesn't work right. So I think now we're on track. So good job, Matt. Matt, good job, Matt. Good job, Alan. Wherever Alan went, Alan's putting stuff away. Now it's time to go eat some food. And we were going to test it today, but since there's no electricity here, we can't test it. Oh well.